first half. Indiana this weekend. What challenges are the Hoosiers going to present to the team?
Well, Indiana's a very good team. Leading the league in pitching, one of the top hitting teams in the league as well. The middle of their lineup is probably as good as anybody's lineup in the country. We're very capable of beating them, but we have to play clean baseball and not make many mistakes.
You're coming into the year, at least from the outside looking in, maybe a lot of people thought this would be a little bit of a rebuilding year with all the pieces you lost, but this late in the season to be in this position to have such a big series and compete for a Big Ten title, I mean, just what does that mean?
Well, we're halfway through, and so we've got a lot of baseball to play. Pleased with where we are at this point. I think we've done a good job of progressing as a team, but there's still a long way to go in a lot of areas. We need to continue to be better offensively. Our pitching's been solid, but there's times that we make some mistakes. Just some youthful things as well. And defensively, I thought we played really well defensively early, and probably over the past 3 weeks we've had some scuffling there in different positions. But it's a long season. That's why you have averages, because things even out. But again, I just look at our progress each and every day. If we're a better team today than we were yesterday, then I'm pleased with what we've done.
You've been involved since you've been here, both as an assistant and as a head coach, in a lot of really critical late season series. Do you recall a mid-season, this early, a mid-season series that has potential to really impact the final outcome of this since you've been here?
I guess I've been here long enough that I don't remember exactly. We've had some big series, obviously, and as you said, we've had some big series late in the year. I don't ever remember number 1 and number 2 in our ballpark, right in the middle of the year. But it's going to be fun.
Both teams have experienced losses of significant pitchers, and I think obviously with Illinois and Kevin Duchesne, but Indiana appears to have been hit even harder with some of their pitching losses, and yet they seem to have kept the ball rolling. How do you interpret that? What do you see out of that pitching staff that they could survive, at least up to this point, some really big names?
I looked at their numbers, and some guys that you depend on obviously are not there, or some people they depend on. It just means they've had good recruiting classes. It means that some guys that have had opportunities maybe they didn't count on have stepped up and continued to improve. And that's what you always hope as a coach, that some of the guys not getting opportunities, that when their time comes, that they're physically and mentally ready. And they've had some guys that have stepped up big for them.
And you referred earlier to their lineup, and they have a lot of big names, American guys of that caliber. So what do you hope? What do you want your pitching staff to bring into this series to try to keep that under control?
I just want them to do exactly what they've done all year, and that's be aggressive. Just pound the zone, stay ahead in the count. Is Indiana going to get some hits and score some runs? I would assume so, but I assume that with us as well. And so you just you don't give them free passes, and you make good pitches in critical situations, and just don't give them extra outs. It's still the game of baseball, and if you look, you're still usually not successful 70% of the time when you're at the plate. And if we just play the game the right way and throw quality pitches, we'll be in good shape all weekend.
I think you kind of answered this a little bit earlier, but are you, again, because of the losses of a bunch of veterans off of last year's team, are you surprised by how well this team has performed, or how would you characterize it?
Anytime you play a lot of new players, I don't think you have a feel going into the season what may happen. Not from a physical standpoint, because I think we're physically talented, but so much of this game is mental, and some guys can handle the mental grind and some guys can't, and so you never know what to expect. So I would say physically I'm not surprised, mentally I'm pleased. And again, we still have a ways to go. We're not where we need to be. I mean, there's a lot of areas that we can improve on to be a much better team. But to this point, anytime we've had adversity, we've been able to